I'm back again. I'm not going to be on here real long, but I found it interesting earlier because there was something super important I was going to tell y'all in that live earlier that I had forgot real quick. And the reason why I forgot it because my phone had overheated, and I deal with the overheating of the phone at times because where I work at and I'm in the parking lot, there's no trees. And so the sun is beaming on the window where I have my cell phone holder. So that's why, it cuts off like that because of the sun and the heat and all that stuff on the window. But I want to get to the part that I was trying to emphasize before it cut off. And fasting and prayer is your key strategy to getting away from a person that's manipulative, that's abusive, that is just really acting out of control with you. Okay. So again, I wanted to share this strategy with you because I think the enemy, well, I know the enemy don't want you to know that that's how you overcome these battles where you are looking for clarity, you're trying to find your way out of these things. And fasting and prayer is going to help you get direction. I want to direct your attention to Esther because when Esther was up against Haman trying to hurt all of the Jews, he was trying to commit a genocide. And he wanted to commit a genocide all because he was in his feelings. He was upset that Mordecai, that one Jew, wouldn't respect him the way he wanted to be respected. And now he wanted to take out all the Jews. He was so emotionally challenged. Okay. So we knew that was unreasonable that he wanted to take out everybody because of that one person. And so that was why Esther felt the need to fast because Haman was manipulating that system. So we got system manipulators out here. When we talk about narcissists, manipulation and all that stuff, we got them all over the place. Okay. So I picked that example concerning Esther because that's how Esther came up against manipulation. She fasted and they went into fast and they fasted for clarity. They fasted for God to to help them. And it got to the point where Esther was like, if she perish, she perish. Okay. So again, I came back because when I was in the last message, it cut off when I was telling y'all that the way you escape a abuser or a narcissist safely is through fasting and prayer. Fasting and prayer. Okay. Fasting and prayer, it helps you to win in spiritual warfare, and it also opens you up to clarity. And I'm gonna tell y'all my experience with how I seen fasting and prayer work in my life. Now I'm gonna be straight up raw and honest with my experience because I was angry for a moment. I was really angry and I didn't want to admit it. But when I was in a bad relationship with a narcissist, I felt like, oh, because I fasted and prayed, that should make the narcissist want to change and everything like that. And that person should be um, given in to the power of God. However, we know that God will allow people to make their own choices. He's not going to force his will upon you. So, long story short, I fasted and I prayed and I was able to get out the situation. And like I told y'all, I think I told y'all that I was angry. And I was angry for a while because I was looking like, why didn't that person change? Why didn't that person do right? And I done did all this and I was trying to save that relationship. Why didn't that person act right? But fasting and prayer gives you clarity. One of the things that I prayed concerning that manipulative person, I was at home one night. The person came back in the middle of the night and tried to get intimate with me. But God already knew what that person was doing. So God had pressed on my spirit so heavy to the point where I got out the bed and I started kneeling down beside the bed and praying. And then when the person came into the room, the person was gonna try something with me and it didn't happen. The person went back out because he saw me praying beside the bed. So that was God protecting me because God knew what that person had done. And so later on though, again, I told you I was angry. And it was one of those things where like you don't want to be angry at God, and somebody had to tell me that I was angry at God because I was thinking like, I didn't. It got to a point where I was like, I fasted and I felt like I was defeated, but God actually helped me, and He also helped me to realize too that it's a reason why certain things happen. Some people got payback coming to them, and I learned that the reason why the person didn't turn, that person wasn't allowed to stay with me because that person got some residuals coming to him because he's done a lot of evil things to people, and that's why a lot of times God won't let you stay connected to certain people, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in your family. Okay, so sometimes it's stuff like that. Like if you're fasting to salvage a relationship, whether it's a marriage, whether it's whatever XYZ, if God don't allow you to keep those connections, it's for your protection. Because that's what I learned. I learned that that person got so much wickedness coming back to him. I got to be out in the picture. I got to be out in the picture because there's some people, they're blessed because they're with you, but also their foolishness will also fall back on you. And the Bible lets you know that the companions of fools will be destroyed. So while one person popping off at the mouth and you don't even know what's going on, people get mad at you because you connected to that person. That's why there are times where you have to come out the picture. So again, I'm sharing all this because of my experience with fasting and prayer. And even if the results don't turn out exactly the way it is, the idea that you're able to walk free from that abuser or that narcissist, that's a blessing. The idea that you're able to get out of it. So I want to encourage you all on today concerning fasting and prayer, how you can use that to get out of a manipulative relationship. Okay. So again, don't underestimate the power of fasting and prayer. When you need clarity on how to get away from a narcissistic abuser, make sure you fast and pray to God for clarity. If this message has encouraged you and inspired you, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to know what the other messages was about, I was talking about the hope trap that a narcissist used. All right, so God bless you all and take care. Y'all, I'm still on here because I got to do a few things before I get off of here. You got some people want to get disrespectful on this live, and we all love and respectful on this live. Those of y'all that's just coming on, I'm about to log off. I have the replay available shortly, and thank y'all for joining me. God bless you.